You ever board a plane thinking you know exactly how your day's gonna go? Yeah, that's what I thought too, right up until I got choked out in first class for asking for a hot meal. You might laugh, but that's the truth. 1 minute I'm minding my business. Next minute I'm the reason an entire airline has to call on the feds. Wild, right? Let me back up a sec. The gate at Ellsworth International always buzzes. Folks dragging suitcases, flight crews fake smiling, business travelers glued to their phones. But I moved through it with the kind of quiet that comes from knowing you've earned your spot. My suit was sharp, my company pin on my lapel gleaming gold. Zurich deal locked up. I was ready to get home and maybe, just maybe, enjoy a few hours where nobody needed anything from me. But you know that feeling, like you can smell trouble before you see it? That was me the second I hit the jetway. Carter Vance, the guy leading the first-class crew, stood right at the door. Tall, stiff as a broom, face twisted into something between a scowl and a dare. He didn't say a word, didn't offer to help, just stared me down. You know the look I'm talking about, the kind that says you don't belong here without him ever opening his mouth. I brushed past, tossed my briefcase up top, sat in 2A, and tried to focus on business. But the way the air shifted tense, Charge told me everything I needed to know. He starts off petty, tosses the menu on my tray like I'm in middle school detention. Pick fast. Don't hold up service, he mutters. Other folks? Smiles, small talk, top shelf attitude. Me? Just a cold shoulder. I circle the grilled chicken, never anything fancy, just something hot, and hand it back. He snatches it like I just insulted his mama. Guy in 3B leans over and whispers, he's had an attitude since boarding. I nod because this ain't my first rodeo. But, you know, there's a difference between being tough and being targeted. A little turbulence rolls in. Captain gets on the speaker, soothing everyone. Meanwhile, I press my call button. Vance slides over, holding a bottle of water just out of reach, like it's a game. Thirsty? His voice is syrupy, mocking. I grab the bottle slow, calm, not giving him anything. That's when he leans in, whispers just for me, you people think you can buy your way into anything. You ever get hit with something so ugly it takes you a second just to process? That was me. But I don't flinch. I just ask, clear and steady. Is there a supervisor on board? He scoffs, I am. That's when I slide in my company's legal card, dead in the eyes. My legal team expects an incident report. He laughs, but I can see that flicker of fear. You think I care who you are? He spits. He tries to get under my skin, but I don't bite. Years of boardrooms taught me restraint is power. Dinner service starts. Every passenger gets their meal except me. Vance slams down a foil-wrapped sandwich, soggy and sad, nowhere near what I ordered. Bon appetit, he sneers. I peel back the foil, don't touch it. 3B leans over again, whispering, you're being targeted, man. Talk to the captain. I press the call button again. Vance storms over, full of heat, steps into my space and barks, you got a problem, mister. Fancy. I stand up, eye to eye. I'll speak to the captain now. He shoves me back down, hand on my collar, then out of nowhere his fingers close around my throat, squeezing. For a heartbeat, the world shrinks to just me, him, and the weight of that grip. He growls, you want respect? Earn it. My reply comes cold, quiet. Let go. That's when two passengers leap up, yelling. Vance's grip tightens, but he lets go just as quick, stepping back, chest heaving. I fix my tie, look him dead in the eyes. The cabin is silent, every passenger glued to the scene. Then a young attendant rushes up. What happened? Vance tries to spin it. He threatened me, but the crowd's not buying it. Phones are out, people calling out. I saw everything. He did nothing wrong. I walk past Vance, straight to the cockpit. Captain comes out, stern, scanning the mess behind him. I tell him, clear as day, I was assaulted by your lead attendant. This is criminal. Captain signals for calm, pulls me into the galley. I show him the bruise blooming on my neck, voice low but firm. You have a problem on your aircraft. Captain goes pale, calls it in immediately. Plane diverts emergency landing at a smaller airport, not even the main hub. Passengers are buzzing, rumors flying. Some are angry, some are scared, but everyone's watching. We touch down hard, police lights already flashing outside. Officers board, calm and methodical. Ask for Carter Vance by name. He tries to protest, points at me, but the officers don't blink. They cuff him right there. Passengers break into applause, not loud, not wild, but full of relief. Vance gets walked off, head hanging, his career evaporating with every step. After, I'm taken to a quiet room. Sergeant Blaine, serious but respectful, asks, "Are you pressing charges?" I don't hesitate. Yes. Not just against him, but against Falcon Air for letting this happen. He nods. He gets if this is bigger than one man's bad day. Turns out, a junior flight attendant comes forward too, quietly slipping me a folder complaints, warnings, a paper trail showing Vance's behavior had been ignored for years. Suddenly, it's not just my word. It's a scandal. Word spreads. News outlets run the story. CEO assaulted in first class. Video goes viral. Millions see Vance's hands on my neck, hear the silence of the cabin, feel the shift. Falcon Air issues their non-apology. But I stay quiet. No media circus, just a single statement. We're not interested in apologies. We want standards. Lawsuit filed, boardrooms in panic. Internal emails leak, showing execs laughed off prior complaints. Class action, suits pile up. Meanwhile, I buy a chunk of voting shares in a rival airline, quietly leverage it for influence. Then a whistleblower reaches out, confirms Vance was protected by managers for years. We meet in a downtown cafe. He hands me everything: memos, emails, incident logs. Now, it's a full-on reckoning, not just for me, but for every passenger who ever got silenced or mistreated at 30,000 feet. It snowballs. Falcon Air is forced to restructure. CEO resigns. Company adopts strict new flight standard protocols, my team writes. Competitors rush to update their own training. Federal inspectors dig through Falcon Air's files. Vance cuts a deal, names managers who shielded him. Heads roll at every level. I launched the Flight Standard Initiative movement, not a lawsuit, to reform the whole industry. Major corporations back it. Scholarships in my name for young, underrepresented kids to enter aviation. But I skipped the ceremonies. I'd rather hand out books, a little school in my old neighborhood, tell kids, always remember, being calm doesn't mean being weak. The sky isn't just for flying. It's for rising. And you know what? One day, walking through a newly renamed Terminal Roar International, after the city where it all changed, I spot a mural of a black silhouette standing tall beneath a jet. The words underneath? The sky isn't just for flying, it's for rising. People are snapping pics, sharing whispers. Most don't even know the story behind it. That's fine by me. I quietly back a new airline, built by the people Falcon Air try to grind down. First flight, I board, same dark suit, same calm stride. The lead attendant greets me, but this time, the respect's real, earned, and mutual. As we lift off, the pilot's voice comes over. We'd like to thank Mr. Miles for joining us today. Your courage changed how we all fly. I close my eyes, not out of weariness, but peace. They try to silence me with force. I grounded a system with integrity. So, now I gotta ask, where do you stand? Is staying silent just keeping the peace, or helping it rot? Drop your thoughts below. What would you have done if you saw what I saw? If you believe in justice real, tangible, uncomfortable, change, hit share. Join the conversation, and let's see who's ready to rise, not just fly.